So thanks for having me, and thanks for...
This is Matt Dorey.
Matt Dorey. So I'm the CEO of Curve Technologies. I started this company about 2.5 years ago, and it's actually my second company in the dental space. And basically what we built a web-based platform. It's kind of like an ERP for small business, and right now it's highly focused on the dental vertical, and it's a completely web-based piece of software. So I'm basically going to take you guys through the software, and I'll try not to be too dental. I rarely demo it to people that aren't dentists or aren't in the dental field, so I'll try to make it fairly generic, and maybe talk a little bit more about the cross-platform, the horizontal opportunities that we're facing, and then show you some of the more kind of dental medical stuff that we're working on. So.
And what do you want from the community?
What do I want from the community?
Yeah, at the end. Yeah.
We're doing a whole bunch of things. Curve, just to give you guys a little bit of background, we've raised, we're just closing on another $2 million financing, which will bring our total capital raised to about $4.5 million. We're really in a stage right now where we have commercial products, and we're really starting to ramp up. So we're looking for coders, people, talented people to join our team, and basically just give us feedback and stuff like that. So I'm just going to log in. Basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just in a website, so I won't get too much into the back-end technology, but it's essentially, we are the first company in North America that's basically fully commercialized a web-based version for dental software. So it seems like, you'd think that somebody, it's a huge industry, it's a $100 billion industry, and you'd think somebody just has already commercialized something that's taken it to the web, but that's not the case. So we're really excited about the opportunity we have. And instead of using incumbent client-server software and buying servers and managing network and all those different things you had to deal with in the past, with Curve, you basically just need internet connection, and we manage that for dentists that they don't want to manage that, obviously. So I'm just going to log in. So I'm just going to log in as Smart. There's a multi-tiered user system, so you can basically restrict access and do all those different things. The other thing that you can do is you can actually restrict access based on location. So whether they're actually in the office or they're at different IPs, so if the dentist wants different staff, different people accessing the software from off-site, you can use that. So I'm just going to log in. And what we've done with the software, we've taken a really, really clean approach. So a lot of our competitors in this space, most of them are incumbents. Our three largest competitors are all Fortune 500 companies. They've never really developed anything innovative. It's all been through acquisition. And a lot of it's built on really old platforms, like Windows 95, Windows XP. And what we've done is taken a really clean approach. So Apple, Google, we've taken inspiration from those companies and designed our interface to make it very, very clean and simple. So along the top, along the right-hand side up here is basically just all the high-level functionality as far as administration, reports, our insurance module. We connect electronically into all the insurance companies. So if you were to go to the dentist and you were to have some services rendered, they're basically going, you can send off an electronic claim. They're going to show you in real time what they're actually capable of paying. When I first log in here, it basically brings me to a welcome screen. Everything's built in Web 2.0, so like we use Ajax. It's all, the back end's all PHP and Linux. But basically, you can click on a node, you can drag and drop, you can edit the node. So just click calendar, just check to a different day. Just click edit, and that automatically updates. So this is memos for inter-office communication, and then DMS updates are actually how we communicate with our customers. There's also a lot of opportunities here, like it really is a platform, so we can introduce RSS feeds, we can introduce videos, different things like that to actually talk to all of our customers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the right-hand side, and I'm basically going to type in a patient name. So let's go. So as I start typing, it searches the database, uses Ajax to pull it up. And then I'm going to select a day on the calendar. So this is really the bulkhead of the application. This is really the bulk of the application. And in a lot of applications in the dental industry, it's a very fast-paced environment. A lot of people, they don't have lunch. They're understaffed. There's patients coming and going. They're dealing with a few patients at the same time. So, and we have practices just to put things in scope. We have some practices that have 50 computers. They have 50 computers, 50 staff, $5 million business, and it's a dental office. And so they need something it's a mission-critical piece of software. And so we've really focused on the workflow with this and done a lot of different things so people aren't spending a lot of time looking for information in the software. And so on the right-hand side, The patient profile is consistent down the right-hand side. And so what you'll see is each respective area, so their patient profile, their insurance, their billing information, their treatment plans, appointments. All of those different things are accessible for that particular patient. The other thing that you can do is we've incorporated, it's very intuitive, so like if you click on baby handline, it brings up the other family members, and then it automatically changes here. You can plus minus, we use kind of the 80-20 rule, so you can plus minus to get the critical information for that respective area, and then if you actually want to delve in, you can click profile, and it'll actually bring up the profile. Or what their insurance information is, what their accounts receivable are, or if I want to jump into their e-care information, their notes, whatever the case may be. And then I can just jump back to the schedule. So we always use the example, in a lot of the applications that we're competing with, there's, they have to pull up 50 screens to get all this information. With Curve, you can pretty much stay in the schedule and access a lot of that information. So there's other things that we do like most-overs. So you can most over to get, this one, joint replacement, family is crazy, he works for us. So, what their balance is, what their information is, and then everything's dynamic on the schedule. So a lot of the information like medical alerts, all of our confirmations. So say the dentist called you, you can add a new note. So we've sent this patient an email, but they haven't actually confirmed with us. So they haven't actually confirmed the appointment. Right click, we confirm. Now we know that they're confirmed. The other cool thing that we really like is we've built it all, it is all web-based software, so we're really excited about the fact that, it's kind of like replicated Google Calendar style. You can drag and drop, you can do all those different things. We have a full week view. So, if you're looking at a week at a glance, you can still most over and then move appointments to different days and different things like this. The really cool thing for Curve is that if you look at the components of a dental office, they're very similar to any other business. So one of the things that we think that's lacking out there on the internet is a platform for small businesses. And we think that something like Curve, with minor alterations, you can move this into multiple verticals, whether it's hair salons or, auto shops, or whether it's used for consultants or different types of offices. And you could deliver it over the internet. And, so I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with, I forget what the software's called, 37 Signals. They have like a project management system. So you could pay $50 a month and you could manage, all your contacts, all your your schedule, all your accounting, all your billing, all your finance needs within Curve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a different day, and I'm just going to take you guys through the basic check-in, check-out process. So everything's managed through a right click. I'm just going to bring up the appointment. Just another cool thing. You can plus minus, kind of like Microsoft Windows style. Bring it back up. It's kind of like a mini OS there. So what I'm going to do is say, add the procedure codes in. So for dentists, they have specific procedure codes that they need to use that are defined by the American Dental Association. But we also have a full inventory system. So if you're a consultant, or you were selling any type of service or product, you could actually put this in here and it could manage it for you.
2 more minutes.
2 more minutes. So I'm going to double click. You can create all your favorites lists, and I'll just add these procedure codes in. You can put in shortcut codes. We have macros. So I can add in a whole bunch of codes at once, and then I can put in ground prep. So it also gives you warnings too. So based on the insurance information in the system, if it's booked too soon based on the insurance information that you have, it's actually going to warn you that this may be too soon based on the services you had rendered last time. So you can customize a lot of different things like that in there. Shows the total cost is $830. I can also put in a quick description. Cleaning. I can throw them on a short notice list maybe if they want to come in earlier. And then I can just add that on. So I'm going to right click, go through the confirmations again. So let's confirm it. So this will let all the operatories know in real time. It'll show all the other computers in the office that this patient is confirmed. Then I'm actually going to check that patient in and then check him out. So he's leaving now. Let's say we didn't do this code. Continue to check out, generates a very standard invoice, and there's a whole bunch of things you can do from here. You could send it off electronically to the insurance. You could make a payment. I'll just make a payment and pay the full amount. Say it's going to be cash. Go down here. I can make payment in print. And everything's generated in PDF, so you can email statements off and all those different things. So this is just an example of the invoice. So I've just been brought to their actual ledger. So here's the accounting system. So we have a full, it's not like as robust as QuickBooks or something like that, but there's actually a billing and payment system, and then there's a whole credit debit system, and many bank accounts are set up with the system. So it's a fairly robust accounting system that could be moved into other verticals. You can just plus minus, you can filter different criteria. What's my time?
Time's up. Question now.
Yeah, so that's kind of like a high-level overview. It usually takes us about 45 minutes to an hour to do a full demo of the software. So I kind of just tried jumping into the the schedule. There's full reporting, all these different areas, so it is pretty intense.
Good. So let's open up for questions and questions. Anyone?
Sure. I imagine that all the demo software that you go and sell this to already have something in place.
Yeah.
So what's the barrier to getting maybe some?
There's a lot of new practices that are being created, but one of the interesting statistics that we found is that everything's essentially client server right now, and about 15% of practices per year are evaluating new software. So there's 132,000 practices in North America, so about over 15,000 new accounts are going to be making a decision within the next 12 months. And that was one of the critical things for Curve. Once we found that out, so how we started qualifying accounts through our inside sales process was saying, hey, are you making a decision in 3 months? The market's so big, we don't have to sell everybody. We can build a $100 million company with 10,000 accounts. So, that's like 6% of the market kind of thing. So once we realized that, we started highly targeting those guys. And if you're competing with an incumbent where you're going to have to outlay 30 grand on a piece of software, buy servers, buy all those different things, or you can go with a web-based application where all your updates, everything's fully managed for you, it's really a no-brainer. So when we're actually equally brought to the table, and this is one thing this financing is going to do for us, it's going to establish us a credible player in the market. From an actual technology perspective or the value proposition, we should never lose a battle against any one of our competitors, for those reasons. So.
Plan on going public now with this next financing?
No, it's just private financing. So we're very focused on the dental niche. We're capable of building a billion-dollar company just by focusing on the dental industry. But the really cool thing is there's not really anything like this out there on the internet for somebody that's a consultant or has 3 employees. And so we think that we're already being approached. We've been approached by the insurance industry. We've been approached by people trying to sell veterinary software to license our technology so that they could sell it into all those different verticals. So it's kind of like a deviation of focus right now, but there's a huge opportunity there. Just start over there. So.
For the framework of your software,
Speak louder.
with the framework of your software, when you're looking at, let's say, version 2.0, do you see that there's going to be some monumental changes in your software? And if so, how are you going to educate the staff and the offices to use the software that's changed?
Yeah, one of the things that we're moving towards right now, we're pretty much like Flintstoning everything, so we're doing stuff manually, and that's because early on we want to be really intimate with our customers so that we can make those changes and adapt quickly. But now that we're really starting to understand the market, we're on pretty much a monthly release cycle, so when we are coming out with new releases, no matter how large they are, we can pretty much use our software as a portal to upload videos, for communication, for web, collaboration, all those different things, and that's going to help. That's one of the things that's going to help Curve scale. So we think there's a good opportunity there. The other really cool thing about the software is now that the software is actually built, and this is actually version 2. Version 1 was like a complete piece of shit. So version 2, this is actually a platform. We can start integrating with third-party services like online booking. RSS feeds, ordering all of your dental supplies online. There's just a whole bunch of different things now that the platform's actually built. In the United States right now, the dental industry is extremely fragmented, and so Joe Dentist, who's in Texas, in the middle of Texas or whatever, he can't realize any economies of scale, so by bringing them under one technology platform, we can save them money on supplies, save them money on equipment, save them money on technology, which is what we're doing by having one server instead of 50,000 servers out there. So,
thanks a lot, Matt.